On the last Wine and Dine, we met vivacious Londoner Elizabeth Marcano and her group of wine-loving friends. Liz revealed her clairvoyant menu planning, and we sampled an incredible selection of wines. Our guests arrived, and we all prepared for what promises to be a night filled with delicious wines and exciting conversation. Welcome back to Wine and Dine, the programme that brings people together over great food and fine wine. We've set the scene, but now it's time to tuck into the main course, our dinner. If the way to a person's heart is through their stomach, then we could be in for a lively dinner party.
That looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, bring the wine in.
It's delicious.
So how are we all doing, guys? So with this lovely mushroom risotto, we have got a white burgundy. It's Saint Laurent 2005. It's just a bit richer and a bit fatter. And the reason I've chosen that with the risotto is that with the risotto you get that earthiness from the mushrooms. So you want something that's a bit rich, but a little bit of freshness in there as well. Because you think mushroom risotto is quite a simple dish, but actually there's quite a few strong flavours in here. It sounds quite strange to say it, but mushrooms have a really earthy flavour, don't they? And you often get that with white burgundy. So when you get those two matching, it's really good on the palate. So how are you guys feeling about the wine? How's it going down with the dish?
It's great how the wine brings out the taste of the food and the food brings out the taste of the wine.
Excellent. It's only one shame that there's not enough of it.
The most important wine tip is to keep your glass full at all times. Just one quick little tip about white wine. Don't serve it straight from the fridge. It's going to be too cold in the fridge and you're not going to get all those lovely aromas coming out. Take it out half an hour before so it warms up just a little bit, you get it in the glass and it immediately is coming out.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you.
If you had to describe yourself as a wine, which wine would you?
Well, I think good old Bordeaux, really. It's a lively, full-bodied.
Old, grumpy.
I'm a Tignello man. Italian. Wow.
I have no idea how to answer that one.
You're so talented. Sweetness and depth.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Roger. I would like to know how Roger perceives me.
As a wine?
The only one I can think of is Lambrusco. But I don't think you're that cheap.
No, she's not at all. Do you think 50s and the new 40s?
It's just a number, and people should just do what they enjoy doing. Don't feel that at a certain age this is how you should behave.
I've seen so many people hit 50 and they just kind of go,
Not wrong!
it's over! Yeah.
The most memorable wine that you've had?
It was German white, very expensive.
For a German wine.
It was a good
Yes,
dish, wasn't
it
it?
was.
Loved it.
That's French.
No, it's not French.
Yeah, well, Alsace is France. Before the First World War, it was German, that's for sure. But then we took it back off them. Us, Northern.
So guys, we've got a lovely main course and I've lined us up a red wine. It's a 2004 vintage Cabernet Sauvignon grape. It's called the 100. Just before we start, I want you just to taste it. So give it a good swirl, get the aromas going out.
Do you think it's a young wine?
That's a word. Young wine.
There's a lot of vibrancy and youthfulness to it, definitely. I mean, it's a 2004 vintage, so it's not the youngest, but it's definitely got a lot of fresh and very ripe sort of berry fruit, as you were saying. It's quite a deep colour,
Nice
isn't
deep
it?
colour, yeah.
You can drink it even if you weren't
Without
eating.
food?
Yeah.
It's definitely got a bit of alcohol in there.
Spice, lovely spices coming out.
Biggest test, surely, is trying it with the meat.
Red wine tip for you is now you can decant red wine. We haven't done it here. You don't really need to be honest. What is important with red wine is to get it like the white at the right temperature. Now, people don't often think of having it at room temperature.
You just say room temperature and you think, well, that's whatever the temperature is of the day, but that's not actually what room temperature means, is it?
Room temperature really means 20, 21, 22 degrees, which is generally not the kind of conditions we have in summer.
It can be too warm. I mean, if
Red wine definitely can be
Because
too
you
hot.
do,
Often red wine is spoiled by being too hot.
No,
if I'm given a red wine that's too hot, I'm going to stick it in an ice bucket.
Yes.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So everyone enjoy your main course. It looks like it's going down very well, and I'll see you in a bit.
What do you guys think about relationships?
What is a relationship? What is a relationship? What do you mean?
Relationships,
Really open-ended question.
Wonderful relationship with this
With
glass
wine.
of wine. That's it at the moment
They're
in time.
essential. I mean, if you don't have relationships of some form,
You're a hermit.
you are, and you know, you're not experiencing life.
What's your
No,
opinion?
I think the most important relationship anybody could ever have is a relationship they have with themselves.
There is this saying that you can't love anybody else unless
Until
you
you
love
do that.
yourself.
It's everything.
That's one.
Your call is
Protocol is important.
As our guests gear up for the next course, what do they think of the meal so far? And how are they getting on? Find out next time on Wine and Dine. Coming up on Wine and Dine. What was your favourite wine?
This is gold.
Pure gold.
Which really surprised me.
Tonight has been a great success.
The port was a real revelation.
I got engaged.
I'm just having a romantic moment.
We've all learned something tonight. For more information on Wine and Dine, including the wines and food featured in this programme, please refer to our website, timesonline.co.uk/wineanddine.